Hola, Paco.
What's up, fool?
Hola, señor. How are you today?
This is a weird setup for us.
Yeah, I don't think I like this, but at least we have video back.
Yeah, back on video for the first time in 3 episodes now.
Yeah, we did 3 without actually seeing our beautiful faces, and a lot of people have been leaving comments like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Oh, have we been getting complaints?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I've replied to everyone, and they start out mean. You know, they're like, "What the fuck? I just want to fucking see what you're saying, man." And then I'm like, "Hey, man, sorry, we're just moving to a new studio." And they're like, "I love you, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll be here no matter what happens."
That's weird because usually it's the opposite. I get complaints that people can see me.
Yeah, that's how it is in real life.
Much more negative reaction in real life.
It's just good lighting. Makes us look way cooler than we are. And then when you meet us in real life, you're like, these guys suck.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine the disappointment that people experience when they finally meet us in person for the first time if they've been watching the show?
Yeah, it must be. Never meet your heroes or your enemy. Wait, we're not heroes to anybody. But it's that same rule.
Yeah,
never meet anyone you think you like that you haven't met.
You will stop liking them
Immediately, yeah.
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 Especially us, because in real life we're both transgendered females.
Yes, we are.
Well, I guess that makes us trans males.
What's it called if you have your dick and balls and then a vagina under your balls?
Hermaphrodite.
I'm a hermaphrodite.
Okay. How did I not find that?
It's the hair.
That is a fucking jungle down there. It's like the jungles of Vietnam.
My chode is bushy, but it's really a puss.
It's weird. It looks like your
great way to start the show.
It looks like your cock and balls have one of those like karate sensei goatees. Super long, it hangs like down to your knees.
Yeah, it's sort of like my beard now, just on my balls, but a little more pointy.
Yeah, and about twice as long. You braid it too, which I think is nice.
It's
but
cute.
That's most likely going to cause a yeast infection at some point.
Yeah. Well, sometimes my braid gets caught in my vagina. That's disgusting, dude. Let's start the show.
That happens to a lot of gentlemen.
We put the past on blast. Hit them with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. My name is Cooper, and sitting off to my
over here somewhere.
Side, yeah, the orientation of this room is a little awkward. I prefer sitting on opposite sides of a table, but
we'll get there eventually.
We'll get that set up. We got the new set in the works. We should be doing the show from the new set
one day. Well, I think it's just up to us. I think we have to come in on a weekend when no one's here and just build our set right in the middle of the fucking place.
So nobody can stop us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
Yeah, if it's just there, no one's going to take the time to break it down. They'll just be like, fuck. It's just here.
Like, well, are you going to break it down? Like, no, I thought you were going to break it down.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Fuck it, we'll just work around it.
I did all the work to build it. I'm not taking it down.
We built it directly in front of the Drinking Bros set.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's called a power move.
Well, I'm glad we got video back, so... And I'm just glad that we're still going. You know, you never know when something could just go terribly wrong and you lose everything and you're on your own, lost in the forest, without any clothes, just sad, alone, masturbating.
Is there something you want to talk about?
No, not yet. It hasn't happened.
Oh, okay. Is that something that happens on a... I mean, I've hit rock bottom a couple times before, but it never ended in a forest.
Yeah, no, it's just that the lady's back in Prague, so the apartment is covered in her shit, so it's a constant reminder. I bought this is the truth, I bought a giant stuffed animal. It's a big bunny. I put her clothes on it, and I sleep with that every night, and I fuck it.
And you fuck it?
Yeah.
Joe,
I actually haven't had sex with it yet, but...
Well, because you have to court it first.
Yeah.
That bunny's not a whore.
Its legs are wide open all the time, though.
It's just playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll just take control and force yourself on it, and then you're going to face a Me Too case.
Yep.
You get Me Too'd by a stuffed bunny.
That would be great.
That's just our luck. Do you know what today is?
No.
Today, well...
I have no idea what day it is, what time it is. I'm just... flying by the seat of my pants, Coop.
Oh, that was
nothing to lose.
That was kind of a rhetorical question leading into the topic for the day.
Oh.
I guess we should.
You could use your phone to see what day it is. Let me see.
Well, today is...
It's July 11th.
There you go. Nobody needs to know that we record the show in advance. Everybody thinks that it's live. So, one thing, today is my mother's birthday.
Oh, shit.
So, happy birthday, Mom. But,
Happy birthday, Mom.
You never stormed the beaches of Iwo Jima, so you're taking a backseat to the topic today. Because today is Marine Corps Day.
Marine Corps Day, okay.
You should be a little bit...
Why do I care about that?
Because it's the Marines.
What movie had Marines in it that were cool?
Aliens?
Oh, the Colonial Marines.
Colonial Marines.
Okay, I like the Marines.
That's the future love child of the Space Force and the Marines.
Bill Paxton was a Marine, right? It's okay, I like the Marines.
Yeah, the Colonial Marines are essentially the deformed child of when the Marines, who are obviously the daddies, and the Space Force, obviously the mommy. There's no way anybody from the Space Force is ever penetrating a Marine.
Okay.
Combination of those two, you get the Colonial Marines.
The Colonial Marines, yeah.
But right now, the Space Force is stupid. I'm hoping it'll get cool.
Space Force is a really cool name.
Someday. It's a fucking awesome name. But right now, it's...
Space Force.
It's like...
It sounds like the guys that made
Air
Team
Force.
America came up with the name.
It's a bunch of nerds that are nerdier than the nerds in the Air Force. No offense to anybody in the Air Force, you fucking nerds.
Yep. Okay, so we're talking about Marines today?
We're going to be talking about the Marine Corps and some very specific Marines, some of the more prominent Marines.
Okay.
There are so many Marines that you can talk about that it's hard to narrow it down to a few specific ones.
There's so many Marines.
Dude, there have literally been like more than 24 Marines. I had no idea until I started researching this episode. Did you know that Marines are...
There's
like,
a Corps, right?
Yeah.
And it produces Marines?
Yeah. It's like they're birthed from it.
It's like the Earth Corps?
Marines are a lot like soldiers, except they can't read.
Okay.
So on July 11th, 1798, U.S. President John Adams signed an act for establishing and organizing a Marine Corps. Establishing the United States Marine Corps is a new branch of the U.S. military. While this may be the day that the USMC was officially made a branch of the military, the Devil Dogs have actually been around for longer than the United States itself.
Devil Dogs?
The Marine Corps. They got the name Devil
Satanic.
Dogs.
Great.
Yeah, they're a bunch of Satan worshipers, and apparently they like to actually get into the Marine Corps, you have to kill your entire family. And that's why a bunch of Japanese people in the Pacific committed suicide, because they didn't want to face the Marines. True story. I mean, not that they have to kill their entire family to get in. I think
I don't know if that would make you a better soldier, to be honest. Killing someone else's family.
It would show your commitment a little bit more, but literally the only bar for entry for the Marine Corps is you have to not be able to read. Because if you can read...
And run fast?
You get
or
sent
climb?
to the Army.
Don't you have to, like, climb a rope fence?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I scored too high on my ASVAB to get into the Marines, so I had to go Army. I wasn't smart enough to be in like, the Navy or the...
You got games in theory.
Yeah, I got games in theory.
And I got mobile infantry.
I was Carl from Starship Troopers. Yeah. There is a reference to Starship Troopers. I mean, unsurprisingly, there's a reference to Starship Troopers in this episode. Mm-hmm. But there's actually one of the quotes from the movie originally came from a Marine.
Really?
It's one of the best.
The only good bug is a dead bug?
Yes. It's because the Marines wouldn't wash their sheets, and they had this horrific outbreak of bed bugs. But yeah, actually, one of the quotes from Starship Troopers was coined by a Marine, and that's one of the Marines that we're going to be talking about today.
Okay. That's cool.
As I was saying, today, in honor of Marine Corps Day, we will talk about the history of the Corps and tell the stories of a few of the greatest Marines to ever eat a 24-pack of Crayola crayons.
I have a favorite Marine besides Bill Paxton.
Who?
Jack Mandeville.
Oh, that's one of my favorite Marines. Yeah. I think that might be my number one favorite
He's
Marine.
my favorite Marine, yeah, Jack Mandeville. Thank you for your service, sir.
I've heard that he's got well over 30 kills with kindness.
Yep, 30 kills with kindness.
30 documented kills with kindness. Or 30 confirmed kills with kindness.
I just did, the last Jack Sesh we did, he literally just painted for the second half of the show. And he made me a painting of a cigarette.
I saw that on Instagram. He said
Yeah.
that he was going to make me a painting of a cigarette for me to put in my living room, and I actually have a blank space on my wall in my living room that I'm specifically saving for that picture because it's going to be the centerpiece of my entire fucking living room.
Dude, yeah. They're awesome.
The United States Marine Corps traces its roots to the Continental Marines established during the American Revolutionary War. On November 10th, 1775, which is the official birthday of the Marines, the Continental Congress commissioned Samuel Nichols to raise 2 battalions of Marines in Philadelphia. They were established to create a force capable of fighting both at sea and on land, and fittingly, their first recruitment drive, no joke, was at a bar. The Marines were established at a bar.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's why the Marines are so fucking cool. Tun Tavern, or Tun Tavern, T-U-N Tavern, was a brewery in Philadelphia which acted as a meeting place for a number of notable people and groups. Legendary lover of MILFs, Benjamin Franklin, used to use it as a base of operations to raise militias to go and kill Native Americans. So,
when are we doing an episode on Old Ben, dude? I love him.
oh, it's coming. It's just I'm trying to track down the precise number of MILFs that he hooked up with and how many bodies were found in his basement.
That's a deep dive. That's a big research.
That's definitely a deep dive. I think
probably multi-parter for Ben.
Ben Franklin, I think, might be my favorite founding father because I love the fact that they didn't want him to write the Declaration of Independence because they were worried that he was going to put jokes in it. And he had a skull.
Awesome.
He had a skullet too, which is pretty fucking awesome.
That's true. He had a mullet, skullet.
The most notable of the groups to meet at the tavern, though, was the Continental Congress, because politicians used to be way fucking cooler back in the day.
That's the shit.
Congress used to meet at a bar.
That's what's up. That's the best place to meet.
Hell yeah.
Loosen up.
That's where you're actually going to get some
shit
conversations handled.
Yeah. And if you disagree, you fight. Whoever wins, they win the agreement.
That's the America that I want to live in. Might makes right.
That's the America we should all live in.
That's the American way. The Marines' first amphibious landing occurred on January of 1776 during the raid of Nassau. The fledgling United States was eager to fight the Redcoats, but they were short on military supplies, so they sent Commodore Essex Hopkins and 200 Marines to borrow some from the Brits. And by borrow, I mean go and kill anybody defending them and then steal them. They were going to give them, they mainly needed gunpowder, and they were going to give it back. It was just going to be packed behind a mini ball inside of a musket. Mm-hmm. The Jarheads stormed Nassau, capturing 2 forts and securing a large stockpile of supplies before withdrawing, which is one of the few historic instances, like documented instances, where a Marine actually pulled out.
Nice.
From there, the Continental Marines fought with distinction throughout the American Revolution before being disbanded in April of 1783. But it didn't take long before the U.S. government realized that they needed a group of tough-as-nails badasses to charge headlong into walls of bullets. So on July 11th, 1798, the Marines were resurrected, leading to a severe shortage of virgin women and a shortage of rocks without teeth marks on them.
Ooh. Because that's what they eat?
No,
they put people's...
No, they're kind of like toddlers. They will literally put anything in your mouth if you're not there to slap it out of their hand. That's one of the requirements to become a Marine. You have to have a childlike mentality with a Ted Bundy killer instinct. Since their creation, the Marines have fought in every war ever fought by the United States. They've served in every single conflict that the United States has ever been in. Some of them that we don't even like to talk about anymore. This includes the American Revolution. They were fighting on the wrong side of that one. This includes the American Revolution, the Civil War, World War I, and its superior sequel, World War II, because World War II was way better than the first one, the Korean War, Vietnam, and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. If there was someone in need of killing, the Marines were there to provide an express trip to the afterlife. Many famous figures have served as one of the few and the proud, from celebrities to politicians. And did you also know A Few Good Men? The title of the movie, A Few Good Men, that's based off of one of the original Marine recruitment posters.
Oh.
Like way,
which movie is that? Is that
Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
and a bunch of other people that nobody cares about.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah. Those big, shiny white teeth.
Oh, on Tom Cruise. Did you ever notice that Tom Cruise's upper teeth are slightly off center?
Yeah. Oh,
like one of his front teeth is actually right in the middle of his mouth.
And he never fixed it, which
ugly fuck.
I give him props for that.
Yeah, it's not like he needed to.
He was still so handsome.
He could have a mouthful of teeth like a British royal.
I think they got a little better. I think he wears whatever that shit is. You wear it at night when you sleep.
Invisalign or a retainer. No, you wear Invisalign during the day. Can you imagine?
Because it's slowly gotten better over time. Same with like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has that gap between his two front teeth, but as he's progressed, it's slowly gotten less and less.
Did he fix it?
No. But I think he wears a retainer, and it, like, slowly over the course of like 20 years, it's gotten less and less.
Makes it less notable, so nobody thinks that he had any work done.
Yeah. Well, it's probably even just that'd be annoying. He probably has every time he eats, food gets stuck in there. You know.
I can't drink my protein shake with this in my mouth.
Protein shake, and it gets stuck between my teeth of the little cranies. Yeah.
How do I eat pussy with this in my mouth?
Yeah.
So many famous figures have served as one of the few and the proud, from celebrities to politicians. Among those to wear the uniform are the King of Cool, Steve McQueen, the King of Uncool, Drew Carey, the King of Playing a Racist Grandpa, Clint Eastwood, the King of Voiceovers, Morgan Freeman, the King of Roundhouse Kicks, Chuck Norris, and the King of Resting Bitch Faces, Ice-T.
They were all Marines?
Yeah, they were all Marines. Ice-T was a Marine. At one point, I found a few different sources that were trying to say Elvis Presley was a Marine, but he wasn't.
He was in the Army.
Yeah, he was in the Army.
But
he was never a Marine. But I found a few different websites that were saying that Elvis Presley was a Marine. He wasn't a Marine. I wish he was, because then I would have replaced Ice-T with Elvis. And because the King of Cool is actually Steve McQueen's like title. That's what people call him a lot of the time. So I could have bookended everything where it's the King of Cool, which is a real title, a bunch of fake titles, and then at the end, the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis Presley.
Yeah, Elvis never even saw combat or anything. He was like a driver that drove some sergeant around for 2 years.
Yeah, truck driver. He spent all of his time over in Germany. He didn't actually deploy anywhere. I mean, technically that is deploying.
He still served.
But you get deployed to Germany, that means that the biggest risk you're facing is syphilis from one of the high-class prostitutes over there. Because
they have Nazis there.
I think that they were long gone by the time Elvis was around.
Wait, there's not Nazis in Germany now?
I think technically there's Nazis everywhere. It's the government isn't Nazis anymore.
Well, I know that. Don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's still Nazis there.
Yeah, I mean there's Nazis damn near everywhere.
So my statement wasn't false.
They're all fucking LARPing because they're not an actual political party.
What makes you scary is if you're a government.
Yeah, that's when you really have to worry. Is when
like Che Guevara when he was a government,
or when the communists become the government. Fascist or communist, totalitarian, anything like that, just steer clear of it. Try to keep it middle of the road so it works for everybody.
Do you think Putin masturbates still? And what does he jerk off to? Bears?
I think he has bears jerk him off. He's bored of everything else at this point. He's the richest man on the planet.
That's cool.
He is for sure the richest man on the planet.
How come he's not on the Forbes list ever?
Because he doesn't.
No one likes him?
He doesn't. Well, no, he doesn't need to be.
It'd be cool, though. Like when Forbes came out, it's just like Putin every year. You're like, fucking hell, the bad guy?
Vladimir Putin. But by a long shot. Like by multiples of the next highest earning person, which would be Elon Musk. So
Elon's number 2 now?
I mean, technically, if you're going by the Forbes list, Elon's number 1. But if you're going by actual monetary value, Vladimir Putin is for sure the richest person on the planet.
Whoa.
By a long shot. By like hundreds of billions of dollars, probably.
Does he get the money from the gas?
He gets whatever the fuck he wants. He runs Russia.
When we pay $7 for gas, it just goes right into Putin's pockets?
Yeah, or at least a percentage of it. So like $6 of those dollars goes to Putin, and the other dollar gets split up amongst everyone else.
Yeah.
Considering that Marines are one of the greatest fighting forces in the world, it goes without saying that they have received their fair share of awards, including the Medal of Honor. It was only a couple years after the Medal of Honor was created that Corporal John F. Mackey became the first Marine to receive this distinction.
Sick. Congressionally.
Congressionally. Well, I think at that point the Marines were getting the Navy's version of the Medal of Honor. I don't know. The Medal of Honor has kind of gone through a few different iterations where now, like, there's different versions of it that you can get throughout history, and different branches have a different version of it. I think that it's all kind of been condensed down into one singular Medal of Honor at this point.
One super Medal of Honor.
A super Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
It used to be so... When the Medal of Honor was first created, it used to be so fucking easy to get it that there was a unit during the Civil War where their commanding officer offered it to anybody who was willing to extend their service.
Oh.
So they handed out like 800 of them at one point. Those have all been retconned, like they've been removed from the records because they were just kind of handing them out like candy. Like, no, go kill some fucking Confederates. We'll give you a Medal of Honor.
That's fucked up because they still got the Medal of Honor, or they wouldn't have re-enlisted.
No, the funny thing is, they didn't keep track of all the guys that re-enlisted, so they're like, fuck it, give it to the whole unit. So it was supposed to originally be like 300 Medals of Honor that they were going to hand out, and they ended up handing out almost 900 because nobody kept track of who actually extended their...
Jesus.
Yeah, it's used to be a lot easier to get the Medal of Honor, and that was eventually fixed because it cheapened the medal. It was it was supposed to be like, the highest honor that you could earn for your service, but they were just kind of like, here, fucking...
You got to save like a dead baby. Wait.
Hey, run to the corner store and grab me a pack of smokes, and I'll give you a Medal of Honor. That's kind of how it was back.
Well, that would be cool if that was during like World War II, and there was like an entire fucking Nazi regiment between you and the liquor store, and you went and got that pack of cigarettes and made it back. Then you deserve the Medal of Honor.
Yeah, in that situation, you would deserve the Medal of Honor.
That's a cool story.
But just re-upping, I don't think that should qualify you for the Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't... You just sign a piece of paper.
True. If you can chug an entire gallon of milk and not barf, you should get the Medal of Honor. If you're enlisted at the time when you do it, though.
Yeah, you have to be active duty.
Yeah.
And if you chug an entire gallon of milk
while under fire,
and without throwing up, you can shit yourself later if you need to.
Yeah.
But if you can chug the entire gallon of milk while under fire, then yeah, go ahead, give that boy the medal.
If Forrest Gump can get one, anybody can.
Mackey was awarded the medal for his actions during the Battle of Drury's Bluff on May 15, 1862. Heavy small arms and artillery fire had killed most of the sailors manning the guns on the ship he was serving on, and despite the danger, Mackey led a group of Marines to take over operation of the guns until the ship was so badly damaged that it was forced to retreat. Mackey was awarded the Medal of Honor on July 10, 1863, which was delivered to him by the U.S. Postal Service.
Hey, it was cool at one point.
The Postal Service?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the band or the actual...
No, the U.S. Postal Service used to be the shit.
Yeah, up until they got surpassed by UPS and FedEx.
Yeah. Now you can't even trust it.
Some Marines were such badasses that they weren't satisfied with only one Medal of Honor. Some of them got 2. Actually, 19 people have received the Medal of Honor twice. All but 2 of them, though, were awarded the Medal of Honor from 2 different branches for the same action.
Oh.
There's only 2 people in history who have ever won the Medal of Honor twice for 2 separate actions.
Sick. We're going to talk about them?
And they were both Marines. And to be perfectly honest, the actions weren't necessarily on par with what you get the Medal of Honor for today. But they were both Marines, received the Medal of Honor twice for 2 separate actions.
That's cool. Maybe they could, if you could combine the 2, like if it was a video game, if you get the Medal of Honor twice, you can combine it and get a Platinum Medal of Honor.
You can prestige.
And it's bigger, yeah.
You prestige and you get the Medal of Honor all over again.
Yeah. It's just a bigger, shinier version of the same medal. So when you're with other people that have the Medal of Honor, you're like, sup, bitch?
Like, oh shit, dude,
You went platinum?
He got the fucking Platinum Medal of Honor. One of the men to receive the Medal of Honor twice for two separate actions is responsible for inspiring one of my favorite movie quotes of all time. His name was Daniel Joseph Daly, and he was the type of guy who could eat a block of iron and shit out a box of nails.
Yeah. Dan Daly, dude, that's a good fucking name.
Yeah, it's what they refer to him as in any of the other documents that I was looking at, is most people just called him Dan Daly. So Daly received his first Medal of Honor during the Boxer Rebellion in China. Finding himself alone during a particularly deadly battle, Daly single-handedly defended his position from repeated attacks, inflicting nearly 200 casualties on the enemy by himself.
Damn.
So a casualty doesn't necessarily mean you
Wounded,
killed somebody.
Anything that gets you out of the fight.
Yeah, anything that takes you out of the fight. He took 200 enemies out of the fight. And the Boxer Rebellion was the Boxer Rebellion deserves an episode of its own because it was a
his position was like
war.
What's it called? The arts and crafts store. So he just got like every thumbtack he could find and just littered the entire place with thumbtacks.
It was like Home Alone, except there was, war crimes.
Yeah.
Daly's second Medal of Honor was the result of his actions at the Battle of Fort Dipity on October 24th, 1915.
Yeah.
During the U.S. occupation of Haiti. So the two guys who won the Medal of Honor twice. The wars that they won them during weren't necessarily the most upstanding.
Inflicting 200 casualties is a Medal of Honor.
Oh yeah, it's still impressive. If it happened,
And that was the first one, and now we're about to find out about the
now
second one.
we're about to find out about the second one.
But it's a secret war.
It wasn't at the time. I think
naughty war.
It was a naughty war. It was a bad war.
Yeah. Naughty Medal of Honor. When it's a naughty war, the medal should be black. Just because it's cool, not because of...
Why's it got to be black?
Yeah, I realized. I didn't mean that as a racial thing. Just because black is cooler.
You should make the medal just a little bit smaller.
Well, no, it needs to be like, naughty. It needs to be... Or maybe it's just like in the shape of a dildo.
I'm not sure if that's more or less
toy.
offensive than what I was going to say, because I was saying you should, in that, you have to wear a ball gag anytime you're wearing the Medal of Honor.
The Medal of Honor is a ball gag.
That's what. Okay, so
if it's a naughty war,
if you're fighting a naughty war, and before anybody gets their panties in a twist, we're not talking shit about the Medal of Honor. We're making a bunch of fucking jokes. But yeah, instead of okay, same medal, but yeah, you have to wear it in your mouth like a ball gag. While on a recon mission with between 30 and 40 fellow Marines, the detachment was suddenly ambushed by 400 enemy soldiers. The Marines fought the enemy until dawn, at which time Daly led a squad of men through the gunfire to a nearby fort. And this particular engagement is very, very closely related to the other Marine that won 2 Medals of Honor for 2 separate actions. Mm-hmm. Because this right here, what happened, the Marines were under the command of the other Marine that we're going to talk about. So the Marines fought the enemy back until dawn, at which time Daly led a squad of men through the gunfire to a nearby fort. And the group of, it was somewhere between 30 to 40 Marines. What they did is they split into 3 groups, and then as soon as it was light enough, they all just fought in different directions, and it surprised the enemy so much that they were able to break through the lines. So it was dividing the attention of the enemy troop. I mean, they weren't really enemy troops. They were insurgents. They were people from Haiti that were trying to kick America the fuck out.
Yeah.
So not really soldiers. They were fighters.
Okay.
It was while he was fighting the Germans in World War I that Daly coined one of the greatest battle cries of all time. And this is one that I know you're going to recognize. During the Battle of Belleau Wood, First Sergeant Daly was leading men from the 73rd Machine Gun Company. Devastating enemy fire had left his unit pinned down and unwilling to push forward, and it was then that Daly shouted to his men, and I quote...
Wait, can I try to guess?
Please try to guess.
If you find a bug hole, nuke it.
No, it was actually, don't talk about Carmen like that. Because everybody Everybody in the 73rd Machine Gun Company was fucking Carmen.
Yeah. Wait, it was Zegama Beach. Wait, let me try again. Cyrano. Go bug mom, Cyrano.
Marines, go bug mom. So what the actual quote was, come on, you sons of bitches. Do you want to live forever?
Oh,
this
I knew it. I
phrase
didn't want
was
to.
later
That's fucking
used
dope.
later used by the greatest leader of all time, Lieutenant
Mr.
John Radchek, in the greatest film of all time, Starship Troopers, during the Battle of Whiskey Outpost on Planet P. When waves of arachnids began to attack the walls,
Yes, I was like, please go into some fucking Starship Troopers.
Radchek rallies his soldiers by shouting, come on, you apes! You want to live forever?
Rico! Rico!
You know
You know what to do! Dude, when he gets his legs eaten while he's shooting down into the sand, that's so sick.
That part's but
And you can see that it hurts, but he has to remain tough. He's like, ah! But that's it for pain. We're getting your eggs.
getting your eggs laid
Getting
off.
your legs literally eaten, ripped off. He just kind of takes it, you know? He got the Medal of Honor for that, by the way. They put it in his coffin.
He got the Federation Medal of Pristine Citizenship.
Yeah. Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's based off
Daly.
of, well, technically loosely based off of a real quote, because good old Dan Daly had something different to say about it. What Daly actually said.
What did he say? Come on, you
So
motherfuckers. What did he say again?
what's attributed to Daly is, come on, you sons of bitches, do you want to live forever? According to him, what he actually said in the moment was, for Christ's sakes, men, do you want to live forever? Which is still pretty fucking badass,
That's
but
good, too.
you punch it up a little bit, you run it through some workshops, see what's a little bit more exciting to the crowds, and you come up with, come on, you sons of bitches, do you want to live forever? Aside from Daniel Daly, one of the other Marine, only one other Marine has ever been awarded the Medal of Honor for two separate actions, and his name was Smedley Butler. But before we talk about Smedley Butler, what we're going to talk about is
a little bit more about Starship Troopers. So
a
what
little
happened?
bit more about Starship Troopers. And if you want to keep your home safe from arachnids, especially if you're living on Clendathu, was it Clendathu that the Mormons went to and they got slaughtered, or was that Planet P? I think it was Clendathu, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we can ill afford another
Regardless, you know what? Any planet that you live on that's got arachnids,
Gotta be careful.
you're going to need Simply Safe.
Be safe.
Today's episode of Iconoblast Podcast is brought to you by Simply Safe Home Security. And here at Iconoblast Podcast, we believe home should be the safest place on earth for every family, especially if you want to be a citizen.
Yes.
Fight back against those bugs. The only
Radchek.
good bug is a dead bug.
Mr. Radchek himself used the Simply Safe system before he died.
If he would have had that in the field, he would have never lost his legs.
True.
That's why we use and recommend Simply Safe, because Radchek recommends it.
That's right.
And Radchek's a real ball buster.
Radchek Simply Safe.
Simply Safe is advanced whole home security that puts you, your home, and your family's safety first. And here's why we love it. I personally love it because it's the home security system that we installed in the home of a Medal of Honor recipient. And if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. I don't want to throw his name into the ad because I don't want to, I don't want to ride the coattails or anything. You all know who we're talking about.
Been riding the coattails long enough.
Simply Safe offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but against expensive home hazard from flooding to fires, or if you get a direct strike by a plasma bug.
Yeah.
That's another thing you got to worry about, because it's not random or light.
No, it's not.
Somebody made a big goddamn mistake. With 24/7 professional monitoring, Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, dispatching police or first responders or the mobile infantry if you're in the wrong
Any
part of the
threat too.
universe.
It could be like a robber, the cops, or a bug hole.
I mean, it could be a brain bug busting up through the center of your house and sucking your brains out.
Yeah. If there's a bug hole that just starts to there's a rumble, it's already calling the police. It's already calling mobile infantry.
They're getting the mobile infantry in place to nuke it.
Yeah.
Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat's detected, dispatching police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology so that monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch, or do you call in the full-blown mobile
What's
infantry.
the 911 dispatch? Is that they crash a plane in your house?
No, I think what it is I see 911 together so often and think 911 that I was supposed to say 911, but I said 911 instead. Monitoring plans are affordably priced at $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees because feeling safe at home should not break the bank. And that's actually very true. It shouldn't be unaffordable to feel safe.
$1 a day keeps the bad guys away.
You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafe.com/icon. Go today and claim free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. Go to simplysafe.com/icon. And you know who our next sponsor is? Is the one and only Ghost Bed.
Okay.
And I have been enjoying that bed so much since I've gotten it. When I wake up in the morning, like my new routine now is I wake up and I'm just so comfortable that I don't even want to get out of bed.
Do you use the adjustable base?
Yeah. I'm so comfortable I don't want to get out of bed, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to force myself out of bed. And I use the remote to incline the back. I'm like, oh, wait, shit, now I'm even more comfortable, so I'm just going to sit here and play around on my phone for a little while.
For fucking 2 hours.
And then after that long, I know that I have to get out of bed or else my muscles are going to atrophy and I'm going to eventually starve to death if I don't break myself free from the Ghost Bed. They're that good.
They're so comfortable. I'm jealous you got the bed.
Oh, and it vibrates. It's got lights underneath. It's got the adjustable base has USB ports built into it. So I never have to look for a USB plug to charge my phone. I just keep a charging cable plugged into the underside of the bed.
It's dope.
And the lights underneath, I really like that part too because I'm afraid of the dark. I'm worried that there's like boogeymen under my bed. So when I get really scared, I hit a button on the remote, lights up the entire underside of the bed, and then I can just...
And all the cockroaches just go running in all directions.
It keeps the cockroaches away. These beds are multi-use. So right now you can get 40% off Ghost Bed bundles when you get a mattress and adjustable base, which definitely get the adjustable base. The adjustable base it's next level technology. It seems like NASA designed it. Or you can get 30% off of everything when you use the code DrinkinBros at ghostbed.com/drinkinbros. You can buy a mattress for around $35 per month, and they have no money down, 0% financing plans for up to 60 months. So go check it out at ghostbed.com/drinkinbros. Ghost Bed. Sleep so good, it is terrifying. So last but not least, we have Lucy Nicotine, which I've got sitting right next to me here. Cinnamon. Get the cinnamon flavor. That's the best one.
Cinnamon flavor.
We're all adults. A lot of us use nicotine to relax or... Actually, nicotine's a stimulant also, so it helps you focus more. That's something that they've used it for. Doctors have proposed using nicotine for anything from ADHD to even like depression, because it's got a stimulant effect to it.
Really?
That's why it's so fun to smoke a cigarette standing out in the rain, because it's stimulating your brain. It's making you happier.
Makes it more fun.
But if you're looking to switch from cigarettes, Lucy is a good option. Lucy is a modern oral nicotine company that makes nicotine gum, lozenges, and pouches for adults who are looking for the best, most responsible way to consume their nicotine. It's a new year. Why not start it out by switching to a new nicotine product that you can feel good about? Seriously, the cinnamon flavor
Good shit.
is awesome. The other flavors are really good because right here we got wintergreen, we got cinnamon, we got mango.
Stack them 6 high so we can see them on camera.
Okay, so...
There they are. There they are. Look at that.
Right there. All the flavors are good, but my personal favorite flavor is definitely cinnamon.
And this
just a
helps
fan
you
of
with
cinnamon in general.
fucking not having to do anything else. You just chew on these. You get your nicotine.
With these
you feel better.
pouches,
You don't feel sick anymore.
so back in the day when I was working at the machine shop, I used to actually chew tobacco.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of satisfaction that comes from the feeling of having it in your lip and also the stimulant effect that you get from it.
Never mind.
And this is,
I was going to say something dirty, but
knew
we'll
where
save
you were
it.
going with
Yeah.
that, and you're right.
I just know what you like
You
in
are
your mouth.
absolutely
Yeah.
right. But yeah, it gives a similar effect. It's much healthier if you want to switch to a different form of nicotine. If you enjoy using nicotine, you should definitely check out Lucy's products at lucy.co. That is lucy.co, and use the promo code ICONO at checkout. ICONO. Still got to change
We
that.
got to talk to these boys.
Also, I have to.
Icono's kind of cool. Maybe it's better.
Yeah, Icono's pretty cool.
I'm just used to it always being Icon.
Well, I feel like I have to spell it out if it's Icono, whereas Icon, most people know how to spell Icon.
I don't know if that's true. How do you spell it? A-K-O-N?
No, that's
Akon.
That's the rapper.
Ah, yeah. Great song. I just had sex.
No, the way that you spell icon is Eyekan. It's very strange spelling.
That's the promo code?
No, the promo code is Icono, I-C-O-N-O. I also have to read this disclaimer verbatim. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. If you use nicotine, you already know that. Because it's fun. Remember, if you're interested in a better way to use nicotine, visit lucy.co and be sure to use the promo code ICONO, I-C-O-N-O.
So you think that would help writing and shit? Like you juice
know what?
up on one of those?
Personal endorsement, I'm going to have one right now.
Hell yeah.
You want one?
Keep it out of the way. Keep it at your laptops. Show how it's done. So you open the top. So it got a little lid. What's it look like inside? Yeah, get in there. Okay, that's good. That means it's safe. There's a protective sealant on it.
Yeah, it's got a child safety lock on it, so you got to pop it.
So you have to go show your mom. Give that to your mom, Coop, and she'll show you how to open it. Okay, it's open. Oh, they're just like little sacks.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hold
You
that.
want
Up. Can you hold it up to camera? Yeah, I'll try one. Just throw it. Okay, yeah. Pass it to me.
They're loose in
This
there.
is the cinnamon.
So you just take it,
Juice up.
pop it in the old lip, and you're good to go.
Where do you put it? I've never chewed tobacco.
Just out of habit, I always put it on the lower right side, but
Okay.
some people put it in
That's
their upper
yummy.
lip. It tastes good. Dude, the cinnamon is
Wait,
by
and they
far
sent these to us?
my favorite flavor. Yeah.
You took all them. Don't we both get some, or did you
No,
just take
these
all of them?
these are all yours.
But you've taken them. You took the Ghost Bed. You took the Simply Safe system. You take on all the Lucy
Here.
drugs.
Here.
Yeah, give me my shit, dude. I work hard too, you know.
Those are
I don't do any of
all
the
for
research
you.
or the writing or anything, but
Research and writing, that's giving me too much credit. So back to Marines. Aside from Daniel Daly, only one other Marine has ever been awarded the Medal of Honor for 2 separate actions, and his name was Smedley Butler, which is a silly name, but I would not make fun of it to his face. Butler's first Medal of Honor was awarded to him during a little war that America tries to forget about. Not Vietnam or the Korean War. It was during
the war against the machines.
the war
August
on
29th.
the war on drugs.
Oh yeah.
It was during the innocuously named Banana Wars, which I say
Banana
that
Wars.
it's such a silly name for such a horrible period of American history. Between 1898 and 1934, the United States fought a series of conflicts in Central America and the Caribbean in order to protect the commercial interests of the United Fruit Company.
Wow.
They sent the literal military of America to Central America and the Caribbean to protect the business interests of a fruit company.
Well, fruit makes rum.
No, rum's made from sugarcane.
Fruit makes alcohol.
Makes me sick.
Doesn't fruit make alcohol?
Yeah,
Grapes.
You can make alcohol out of fruit. Yeah, grapes. You can make alcohol out of any type of fruit because all you need is something that has sugar in it, pretty much.
Yeah. Sugar cane.
So in
I'm
1914,
getting high as fuck off these Lucy's,
sugarcane
dude.
also has like a very, very dark history. And I
As
think
much as cotton?
it's primary. No, drink.
Drink.
Wait, was that a slip of the tongue or was that purposeful?
Well, because cotton has a bad history too, doesn't it?
Bad history might have been a better way to put it. But yes, cotton does have a dark history.
Oh. Oh, drink again. I didn't even know. Oh, God.
That was an innocent slip of the tongue. In 1914, Butler was sent on a spy mission in Mexico in order to help develop a more detailed invasion plan for the area. Posing as a railroad official named Mr. Johnson, Butler scoured Mexico City under the guise of searching for a lost railway worker. Spoiler alert, there was no railway worker. It was a cover story.
Okay.
The cover story gave Butler access to various areas of the city that would normally be off limits, allowing him to discover weapon stockpiles and determine the size and readiness of Mexican troops.
Mexicans, yeah.
Using the intel gathered by Butler, legendarily terrible President Woodrow Wilson, who is a piece of shit that we're going to do a full episode on, sent a contingent of Marines to capture Veracruz and intercept weapon shipments. Butler led a battalion of Marines during the bloody 5-day-long battle, which resulted in U.S. forces controlling the city for the next 6 months. For his leadership, Butler was awarded with the Medal of Honor. So his leadership, I'm not calling into question, and he had no choice in the matter when it came to what his objective was. The war itself was fucked.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make it so the local farmers weren't going to supersede the United Fruit Company. So they were making sure that everybody there was still under the control. It's not just the United Fruit Company. That was like one of the primary companies behind, the biggest company behind it. But it was all just to protect the economic interests of businesses.
Right. It's like playing Monopoly and owning everything. You want to keep owning it. You don't want to lose anything.
Yeah, that's why they call it Monopoly.
That's why monopolies are naughty.
And the United Fruit Company was naughty.
Naughty.
Bad
United
boys.
Fruit Company. If that was made nowadays, that would be like a gay club.
I was going to say, United Fruit Company sounds like a gay clothing line.
It'd be awesome.
Should we drink for that?
Yes. But no, I mean in a positive way. Like, if there was a bar called the United Fruit Company, I'd go there.
They probably have awesome drag shows.
Try to get a free drink.
Wipe down the chairs before you sit down because assless chaps are popular.
And it's 104 degrees in Austin, so assless chaps on a leather seat. Woo!
And also, that I just want to throw it out there. That wasn't a jab at gay people. Like, there's a couple different bars here in Austin that have like assless chap nights.
Assless chap what? Servers?
Nights, like where that's the theme.
Oh, cowboy stuff.
Well, you can call it that. But yeah, wipe down the seats. I honestly don't think that they have the manpower to go around and make sure that all the seats are being wiped down.
Unless that's what you...
Unless that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Then, in that case, lick those motherfuckers.
Oh, God.
Butler's second Medal of Honor was awarded for his actions following the ambush that earned the previously mentioned Daniel Daly his first Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
A few months after Daly and his fellow Marines were ambushed, Butler led a group of 700 Marines into the mountains to clear out Haitian insurgents. Butler's forces were able to capture several forts and kill an unknown number of insurgents, but there was one last fort to go, and this is what really earned him his Medal of Honor. I got to be perfectly honest, I say really kind of loosely. I'm not a big fan of medals of honor being handed out just for leadership. Like,
just leadership's like the hardest thing in the fucking world.
No, it's definitely an important part of the process. But I mean, they should be getting like
a leadership
silver
medal?
stars. You can hand it like Distinguished Service Cross. That's the second highest medal.
Or maybe there should be a leadership medal.
I'd say
the Congressional Medal of Leadership.
Or a Congressional Medal of Leadership. I would be okay with that. Because when you compare that to what some other people have done and received the Medal of Honor, there is nowhere near as much sacrifice that goes into it. Because what Butler was doing in this, and I know that this is an episode dedicated to the Marine Corps.
But you're just going to talk shit on him for a minute?
No, not the Marine Corps in general. I fucking love the Corps. In particular, this guy Smedley Butler.
Schmedley.
Jesus. I think it's Smedley, but Smedley.
Schmiel.
Anyway, this particular guy.
Smee Butler.
I mean, getting a medal getting a Medal of Honor just for leading troops, I think is a disservice to the people who have literally fought to the death to earn them.
Okay, yeah. There's a big difference between the two.
Because
Right?
So he was in combat, but it's like the troops under him, they're the ones that are doing the fucking work. Because what happened was Butler was ordered to take the last remaining fort being controlled by the Haitian forces, which was an old French stronghold left over from when Haiti's been getting fucked by everybody for a long time at this point. It would take a while to
She was always good to us.
She was a good girl.
Yeah. Double hand jobs while just chilling in the living room back when we were security guards.
Good old Haiti. So it was an old French-built stronghold called Fort Rivera, or Riviera, or Riviere. It's a French word. I don't give a fuck if I pronounce it right. Fort Riviere.
There you go. Just say that every time with the attitude.
So I only wrote it in there once.
Oh.
The Marines encircled the fort and closed in from all sides.
Fort
Riviere. Butler, leading the 15th Company, found an opening on the southern wall of the fort and orders his men through the gap in its defenses. Now, this part, the fighting that the Marines did in this situation, I think is pretty impressive. Once inside the fort, the fight devolved into chaotic hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, fuck.
But the Haitian troops were no match for the Marines and their superior training and ferocity, because Marines are notoriously ferocious. Mm-hmm. In less than 20 minutes...
But Butler wasn't there?
He was leading, so...
Was he in there? Did he fight hand-to-hand?
There's no documentation of that I could find. Even his Medal of Honor citation just says for, like, leading people into this situation.
Okay. If he punched someone in the face, let him have it. If he didn't, it's negotiable.
I think that he definitely would have partaken somewhat in the combat, but as a leader, it's not your job to be in the thick of it. Like, you need to be watching everything.
If he was in the thick of it, he won't be able to lead later if he suffers a casualty of some kind.
Yeah. And also, if you're in the middle of fighting for your life in hand-to-hand combat, you're not looking at everything else that's going on around you. Like, you're focused on the fight right in front of you. Right. So a leader does need to be a little offset from the rest of the combat. Not that there hasn't been...
good.
Unless you're that fucking good. Unless you're Julius Caesar.
Yeah. In your gold filigree.
Yeah.
13 episodes of Julius Caesar on YouTube and playlist on the Drinking Bros History Channel. You can watch it now.
Caesar literally got on the line with his men, grabbed a fucking shield and got on the line with his men to turn the tides of battle.
Yeah. It's 13 episodes, but it's secretly 17 episodes. If you look for the playlist on the Drinking Bros History Channel.
It's 13 episodes.
17.
We happen to have, 4 or so other episodes that are about...
Julius Caesar.
About Rome. And Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Julius Caesar just happens to be a side character.
Just happens to be it's like
a very important side
supporting
character.
role, equal to the movie The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. Christian Bale won an Academy Award for the supporting role, quote unquote, because he's technically the supporting character, but he's the main character of the fucking movie. Shh. Anyways, this nicotine is jacking me up, dude.
Right? This stuff's strong.
I'm high as fuck right now.
Yeah. So in less than 20 minutes, 50 insurgents lay dead, while the only casualty Butler's forces incurred was a single Marine. Take a wild guess what the casualty was.
I can't.
Somebody threw a rock and knocked 2 of his teeth out.
Oh, fuck.
That was the only casualty on the Marine side in this fight, where 50 insurgents were just fucking jacked up.
And then someone saw the leader and was like, I got to fucking... It's like Leonidas when he threw the spear at...
Oh, no, Butler didn't get hit in the teeth.
Oh, someone else did.
It was just some random dude. One Marine...
Got hit in the face with a rock?
Yeah, and it knocked 2 of his teeth out. That was the only casualty.
Everyone else was fine?
Everyone else was perfectly fine.
Damn, that's badass.
That's the fucking Marines.
Yeah.
Many other Marines have since received the Medal of Honor for their actions, one of whom we have previously discussed on the show. The youngest Marine to ever receive the Medal of Honor.
The Mexican dude?
No, that was Roy Benavidez.
Oh. I'm not good with names, Coop.
Bruno Mars song, I'll Take a Grenade for You. The immortal Jack Lucas.
Oh, Jack Lucas, fuck.
Young kid in the Pacific during the island hopping campaign, which is like, that's what the Marines were fucking designed for, is the fight that went down in the Pacific. It's brutal, it's amphibious, and like, you need to have somebody in there that can handle fucking business. And that's why I was in the Army, and even while I was in the Army, I was like, no, dude, the Marines are the fucking shit.
We should tell them, too. We did episode on Jack Lucas and Roy Benavidez. They're both Marines?
No, Roy Benavidez was a Green Beret. He was Special Forces, Army.
But 2 badass motherfuckers.
So,
Jack Lucas's story is insane.
If you want to hear about how a tiny, tiny little teenager survived jumping on top of 2 grenades and then survived falling out of a fucking plane, go check out the immortal Jack Lucas episode.
And Roy Benavidez, too, got shot like what, fucking 69 times?
Roy Benavidez had 69 puncture wounds on his body when he was pronounced dead and then spit in the medic's face. Roy Benavidez, that's Army, but it's still, Roy Benavidez was fucking awesome.
Fucking G, dude.
Yeah. I feel like that's what Roy Benavidez got the Medal of Honor for.
He was carrying people out while under fire, throwing them on choppers while getting shot, and he was just like, I don't care how many times I get shot, I'm getting everyone the fuck out of here.
This is years after a doctor told him that he would never walk again. Because he had already gotten fucked up in Vietnam once. Roy Benavidez is a fucking beast. I mean, Jack Lucas is too.
Yeah.
So
I like these episodes when we focus in on this kind of stuff.
You know the second youngest Marine to ever receive so Jack Lucas was the youngest Marine to ever receive the Medal of Honor.
How old was he?
I think he was like
14?
17. He was like 17 or 18 when he got the Medal of Honor.
That's so crazy that he did that. Well, the short version, he what's it called when you run away?
Retreat?
Defect? No.
Went AWOL.
He went AWOL to fight the war. That's so fucking cool.
They had him stationed in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go take the fight to the Japanese because he wanted revenge for Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
So while most people would go AWOL to get away from the fighting, he went AWOL to get closer to the fighting. He snuck onto a ship.
It's so badass.
And then he didn't get discovered until they were so close to like their next objective that one of the company commanders was like, well, fuck it. We can't turn around and take you back. Just, get online. Like, just get out there and fight if you want it that bad.
That's fucking so cool.
But second youngest recipient of the Medal of Honor. This is out of all branches.
Yeah.
Second youngest recipient of the Medal of Honor. Dakota Meyer.
No shit.
Dakota is the second youngest recipient of the Medal of Honor.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Like, I know all about his citation and shit because I was a fan of Dakota before we even started with the network.
Yeah.
So I'd read all about it. He got the Medal of Honor for the Battle of Ganjgal. And I was thinking about putting a synopsis of his experiences in here, like his citation or something like that.
Or do an episode on him.
Out of respect, I left it out because I didn't want to make any jokes while we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Because the shit that he did is fucking mind-blowing. Go and check out Dakota Meyer's Medal of Honor citation or watch any of his interviews talking about it. It's unreal that he can do that and be
as calm as he is.
The big teddy bear that he is.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart. I love that guy.
He's still saving lives now.
Still.
Yeah, he's a firefighter now, and he's like he just there was a person drowning
saved
inside
lives
of a car
on the way
in a
to the
lake.
studio.
Yeah. And then went in, jumped down there, broke out the glass, pulled this person out, saved their life, and then went to work.
Dude, yeah.
Did a podcast. Crazy bastard.
Dakota Meyer's awesome, and I'm sure that most of the people that listen to this show are aware of him. But if not, go look him up.
Yeah.
He's
a living
amazing.
American hero.
Yeah. So no episode about Marines would be complete without talking about the most Marine of all Marines and also the most decorated U.S. Marine in history, Lewis Burwell Chesty Puller.
Chesty?
Chesty was his nickname. They call him Chesty Puller. And
like
this guy
Chesty.
is, if you picture the ultimate Marine, what you're picturing is
Bill
Chesty
Paxton.
Puller.
Oh. My bad. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. But
Also, R.I.P. Chesty Puller. He died a while ago, though. But seriously, Chesty Puller was a fucking badass. He was like, you know how the Spartans were not only great fighters, but they were also real quick-witted?
shit talkers.
Chesty Puller was a modern-day
Stand-up
Spartan.
comedians.
Like, he would fuck people up, and he would have clever things to say about it.
That's fucking
Chesty
sweet.
Puller was the shit. Chesty Puller is what you would get if Chuck Norris fucked a block of granite and then the resulting baby was sent to be raised by drill instructors at Parris Island. Over the course of his career, Puller fought in the Banana Wars, World War II, and the Korean War. And by the time he retired, he had earned 5 Navy Crosses and 1 U.S. Army Distinguished Service Cross. So for those unfamiliar, those are the second highest awards, the second highest medals that you can be given, just under the Medal of Honor. He got 5 of those motherfuckers.
That's insane.
Wait, is it 5 total or is it 6 total? So he got 6 total. He got 5 from the Navy and 1 from the fucking Army. And he was in the Marines. The Army gave him a Distinguished Service Cross. They're like, holy shit, dude, you're a fucking beast.
What do you look like?
So do you know the bulldog that they use as the...
Taco?
I mean, close, but the bulldog that they use as the mascot for the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
That's what
That's
Chesty
based
Puller
off of him.
I mean, that's literally what he looked like.
That's
If you
fucking
look
awesome.
at him, you wouldn't even have to know if he was in the military or what branch of the military he was in. You look at a picture of him and you're like, oh, that's a Marine. Like, that is for sure a Marine.
That's badass.
Puller was known to have a way with words, having many badass quotes attributed to him. One of his most famous lines was said at the Battle of Chosin Reservoir during the Korean War. The Battle of the Chosin Reservoir is what nightmares are made of, because it was freezing cold, they were surrounded, they were getting overrun on a regular basis. The people who survived it, they call them the Frozen Chosen. Like, they were cut off from everyone, running low on supplies, getting overrun on a regular basis. There was one point where I think it was a convoy of the wounded were trying to be evacuated. The convoy got overrun, and the Koreans were just going through, and they would open up the back of the truck and then just shoot each one of the injured people. Go to the next truck, open up the back, shoot each one of the injured people. And there was one of the Marines that survived that shit.
The fuck?
Like, he was laying there wounded already. They shoot everybody in the truck, and he's just sitting there like, all right, they're going to shoot me now. He gets shot, still fucking survives. Like, that's why the Marines have the reputation that they do, is because you can make fun of them all day, but those are some tough motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So one of Chesty Puller's most famous lines was said at the
Chesty.
Battle of the Chosin Reservoir during the Korean War. And I fucking love this quote so much. After being informed that the enemy had completely surrounded them, Puller simply said, and I quote, "We've been looking for the enemy for some time now. We finally found him. We're surrounded. That simplifies things."
Oh.
It's like, now, anywhere you go, there's going to be a
There's
bad
gonna be
guy,
bad
so
guys.
fuck yeah, let's do this. All right, all joking aside, it's people like Dakota Meyer, Chesty Puller, Jack Lucas, and the thousands upon thousands of other brave men and women that have served in the Marine Corps that give dirtbags like us freedom that
Yes.
I think we should honestly be grateful for.
Hell yeah. Of course.
So to close this off, I have a very special toast that I would like to give to the Marine Corps
Okay.
and all of the Marines. This is for all the jarheads out there. Too dumb for the Air Force and too violent for the Army. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Marine Corps Day, everybody.
Happy Marine Corps Day.
So what do you think? Who's your favorite Marine?
I love all Marines now after this.
I do too. I've always had so much respect for him, and
I mean, we all know that actually my favorite's still Jack Mandeville, but
well, yeah, everybody's favorite Marine is Jack
he's
Mandeville.
a famous painter now.
Over 30 confirmed kills with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
That is some next level shit right there.
And he's funny. Follow Jack on his Instagram, Jack Mandeville.
Jack Mandeville. You can also check out the Friday Night Jack Sesh every Friday night. That's on the main Drinking Bros YouTube channel. You can see our pretty faces on the Drinking Bros History YouTube channel. You can also subscribe. I mean, if you're listening to the show, you're probably already subscribed. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Leave us a review. It helps us out a lot. Spreads the show a little bit more. Force your friends to listen to the show. Like, literally tie them up. Force them to listen to the show. If they get through enough episodes, they're eventually going to love us. That's the best way for us to gain new listeners.
It's like when you get kidnapped and you end up loving your kidnapper.
Stockholm. That's what I was going to say. The best way to gain new listeners is definitely through Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how all of my relationships start. On my behalf. You keep them around long enough, they're going to love you no matter what.
Well...
You can also follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Newcomb. You can follow Joel at Joel R. Benner.
Yes, sir.
Oh, join us every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for our Monday night premieres. Joel and I are in the live chat, and we'll sit there and
video's back.
Stupid jokes. Video's back. You can see our beautiful faces once again, and kind of swallow down that bile that rises up in the back of your throat where you almost throw up. Yeah. But you catch it just in time and it goes back down.
We're so hideous, it's entertaining.
That's the same feeling that I get anytime. Like having this monitor in front of me, that's what I've been fighting this entire time. Oh, there it is again.
Mm-hmm. That's just acid reflux if you're unhealthy diet.
No, I can tell the difference between the two. This is actually disgust. So that's it for this episode of the Iconoblast Podcast. We'll see you all next week. My name is Matt Cooper.
I'm Joel Benner.
And we are reminding you to never take anything at face value.